All right. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get this show on the road. Good morning to everyone that's tuned in. Shark Trends. Good morning, brother. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again early this morning, Vincent and Ella. Good morning to everybody. Let's go right into the game plan for today. Good morning to everyone. July 23rd. Oh, wow. Today's my brother's birthday. Brother lives out in New York. New York. Happy Wednesday. Let's take a look at what we got here. So if we take a look at the 15-minute, we talked about it last night. We are in that nice ascending channel, trying to break out. So are we going after settlement or yesterday's close, possibly the gap fill? We did get some Asia news that moved the market last night. I had a good session last night. It's about time. I needed a good day. So coming in the green today. So we got some options. Test of this overnight high. Let's see if the bulls continue. If it's a gap and go, then we're potentially looking at previous day high. So if we are shorting this in the intraday, obviously it's going to be scalps, not necessarily the direction of the market. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to see, are we going for the gap fill? Gaps love to be filled. However, bulls are in control. We had some news last night that is holding, right? Asia, Japan deal, the tariff deals. I think Trump and Japan agreed to 15% now. That's the tariff. And that was, as soon as that was reported last night, we had that huge push and it's been holding. But that's the question. Is the news going to hold, or was this the initial indication of what we're going to start doing with the market with a healthy retracement? We'll see today if the news holds. That's kind of what I'm watching at right now. We got, 15 minutes for the casino to open. Let me start sipping some coffee. Good morning to everyone. Let's see if we can get a little bit of green. If we're going to give up some losses, not give it all back. We are close to filling a gap, right? We have overnight low here. How low did we go last? Well, that was the overnight low. How long did we settle down here? So after yesterday's flush, we were in this channel since the flush, right? And it played out through the overnight session. I brought in a couple trades here. Where did it? Yep, this long on right before the news, and then there was a couple of other trades here. Here's another trade or something like that, and then went to bed. So that's what I'm watching. We are starting to fade out of this channel. Are we going to potentially come down and test the gap fill and potentially the overnight low and yesterday's low, or are we going to just gap and go? Be patient, trying to work on the patience on the open. I've been getting caught lately with some early entries and then having to make up for the losses. I've made up for the losses, but unnecessary initial losses, where I have to battle myself back into either a break even or a little bit of profit. So going to be a little patient on today's open, especially coming in the green already. Good morning to everyone. Hope everyone's having a great morning. If you've already been trading, hope you guys are green. Otherwise, let's try to get some green. Shark Trends, I will have to cut out about 5 to 10 minutes after start. Okay. Well, that's a good time frame. 15 minutes, get your trade in and head out to work. King Caesar in the house, also known as Julio. King Caesar's already long. He's front running the open. All right, 10 minutes to the open. Let me get my alarm clock for the 15-minute opening range. Otherwise, I start yapping away and I forget. All right, we got that going. These gadgets here never work. Here we go. All right, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Yeah, it's definitely looking like it's going to move today. I just got to be careful on the open, not get trapped too early. We're pretty close to the gap fill, so we may come down to test that 200 area. I'm watching. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're on the 1 second. I love my. I'm on the 10 second, and yeah, it's moving for sure. Carlos Reyes, good morning, sir. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Good morning to everyone. That is the game plan. If you're just tuning in, we're potentially looking for a gap fill. If it's going to be a gap and go, then bulls have been in control literally for 2-3 weeks. No, we're potentially looking at test of that overnight high for continuation. The tricky part is participating on that long entries. Otherwise, potentially look at the gap fill and gap fill reversal play. Big Caesar's got his long. I'm watching that channel, King Caesar. I was watching this. There's a descending channel right here, right? Here's your high and here's your low, and this was the entry for this. You're approaching the top of that channel right now, but I'm watching it on another screen where I have that channel. It's a nice long, nice long. Caesar, nice scalp, quick too. That was a nice quick play. All right, 9 minutes to the open. How am I doing on coffee? Let me go grab some more coffee and I will be right back. I just realized I've been yapping away and I've been on mute. So if you guys see me yapping away and you're not hearing anything, let me know. Um, that's funny. Good morning, Christopher. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Let's try to get some green. Watching for that gap fill, potential gap fill reversal long. If it's a gap and go, then we're going to try to find how to hop on a gap and go. Maybe a push above overnight high, a test, and then a push. Lemonhead, good morning. Good morning. Vincent and Ella, good morning. Yeah, if you guys see me yapping away, you can't hear me, it's because the mic is off. So feel free to let me know. JC, turn that damn thing on. Stop yapping away. All right, casino opens in 45 seconds. Make sure you got your drinks, your coffee. If you're an island somewhere, maybe a little drink. To your mimosas. Let's go. All right, 10 seconds. Casino opens in 10 seconds. All right, no fireworks just yet. Are they going for the gap close? All right, going for the gap fill. Or are they going to use this level as the bounce? Let's see. They're pretty close. Watching. Still got about 20 points for a full gap close. Let's be patient. There it goes. Going for the gap fill. Here we go. We start playing that gap fill bounce. Gap fill has been filled. Let's see if they exaggerated or we need to get out. All right, gonna get out pretty soon if I don't see a bounce. There we go. There's the bounce that we're looking for. Let's see if it holds. So they exaggerated the gap fill a little bit, but let's see if we actually get a bounce or we're gonna continue to the downside. All right. Attempting to bounce on the gap fill. This is the not bouncing though, not bouncing the way I like it. So I may have to negotiate an out or just give it more time to breathe. We need to pop out of this pretty quickly, otherwise we're in for more down, and I'll probably have to stop out at that point. Unable to bounce on the gap fill. Trying, hinting, but unable to bounce. All right. Trying. Use a pushing. See what it does at the 9 EMA. If it pushes through the 9 EMA, then we got a gap bounce, a gap fill reversal. All right, now we're going to look at the 20. I'm going to start trailing this. I want to give it all back. Well, let's let it breathe for now. All right, so it hit the 9 and rejection. Let's see if we can continue to push up there. Otherwise, it's looking like a weak bounce, and I may have to peel out. Let's let it breathe. All right, they're attempting another push above the 9. 9 is providing resistance. Come on, push. You can do it. God damn it, you can't do it. Struggling. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Nope. Struggling. Struggling at that level, 230. Can't get above that 9. Not get above the 9. All right, we're starting to get into a descending channel, which I'm not liking. I'm going to monitor this, maybe take a smaller loss. If we're not able to, then the bounce is not happening just yet. All right, that was a good one. That was a good one. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Maybe we can target that 250 level as a trade and call it a day. Has to get over the 20 SMA though and come to the 200 SMA. Let's do that. Let's play a quick play to the 200 SMA and not getting too aggressive on it. And at this point, I'm also going to trail it with a stop. In other words, I'm not going to take negative. I won't take a loss on this one at this point. Playing the open, we're not looking to go cowboy on this. It's not the strong bounce that I was hoping for, but struggling at that 9, just not giving the bounce. Let me take that stop out for a second. I think we have a channel building here. So let me respect the channel for now. Breaks out of that channel and I'll close. Push, baby doll, push. Oh, that was not good. That's a bad candle. That's a bad candle. That was the bad. All right, closing it. I'm not risking it. I'll re-enter. I'll re-enter if it's the bounce. I didn't like that candle. We can re-enter again somewhere down here if it's coming to test these levels. Should have been a beautiful gap fill reversal, but NQ is making it difficult. But again, I can re-enter, so no biggie. All right, I'm going to re-enter. Watching that 9 pretty tight. Going to keep a very tight stop on this. So I got to give my stop somewhere around here. Come on, girl, push. All right, it's 15-minute opening range alarm. 2 minutes for that 15-minute opening range. Just can't get above the 9 EMA today. She's a struggling. Just can't bounce today, huh? Coming down to test settlement again. And I'll get stopped out pretty soon. Stopped out. So I guess we'll have to wait where this bounce, if it happens today. All right, we're going to try the bounce here then. See if we get a bounce. Weak. Wow, no bounce. All right, looking like a bounce now. Let's see if we can ride this up for a little bit. Weak. See if we can get above the 9 now and out of this descending channel. If not, then it's going to get pulled right back down. Needs to push out above this for a true bounce. Otherwise, we're in a descending channel. We're just going to take further downside, and I'll have to clip it again. It's not making this bounce easy. Okay, there's the push above the 9. Now it needs to hold and break out of that descending channel. And we got a bounce and play. If not, and it comes back into the channel, then another failed bounce. Okay, here we go. Now we need to push above the 20 SMA and come back to these levels. Can you push above the 20? God damn it. Push. That 9 EMA needs to hold. If it just comes right back into channel, then ugh, nasty NASDAQ. Just not making it easy today. Not making it easy. Come on, get out of that 9 EMA. Okay, there you go. And push above the 20. Push out. No. Weak. All right, pop out. You need to pop out of that 20. No, don't take it back like that. Ugh. Yep. Not making it easy. All right, let's see if we can get out. Can we get out of that channel? Come on, nasty NASDAQ. All right, now she's pushing. Can you get over the 20? Can you get out of that 20? Come on, let's go. Let's go. God damn it, don't get back into the channel. No, can't get out. Still in a descending channel. God damn it. Pop. It needs to pop right here, right above that 20 SMA, and we're good. Pop right there. Pop. There you pop. Keep going. There you go. Atta girl. Get out of there. No, don't come back in. Can't. Nope. We're staying in that descending channel for now. Pop out. Pop out. Let's go. Pop. You need to pop above that 20. You want to pop. Let's go. Starting to wick up there. That's not good. Unable to position above the 20. Pop, pop. Need to pop right above that 20 and just push out. Nope. Wow. For those of you that say that moving averages are delayed, well, that 20 SMA in real time is providing some brutal resistance to the upside right now. Like every touch is pushed right back down on the 20. Unable to get it over that 20. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, I got to get out of this. We got news in 5 minutes, and I don't want to get caught in a bad situation. We are in the green, but it's not giving me the pop that I want. It's the most delayed pop I've ever seen. Come on, pop! And I'm closing that. Got a little bit of green there, but I'm not risking it. News in 5 minutes, so we're gonna have to wait. Unlucky today. Let's wait for the news drop, and then we'll consider another long. Just was not able to push above that 20 SMA, and I was not going to hold it. All right, Trump. I will only lower tariffs if a country agrees to open its market. If not, not much higher. All right, let's take a look at the news. We got news at 10 a.m. 3 minutes. We got news at 7:30. So far, Trump is talking about tariffs. And that's pretty much it. Let's be patient. Let's wait till 10 a.m. Granted, 10 a.m. may push this up, but I can't risk it. So we'll be flat through the news. Let's see if we get anything at 10 a.m. News in 2 minutes. And then we'll attempt. Still think there's a long opportunity here, but with the news 2 minutes away, I was hoping to get the break of the 20 SMA back up here somewhere and just didn't get it. But we closed 2 trades with a little bit of green. Just trying to keep it green today, not give too much back. News in 2 minutes. So let's see if it's a quick flush to the downside somewhere down here, and then we'll attempt the bounce again. 120 is that pivot point that was lucrative yesterday. Yesterday, that was the bounce area, 120. Let's see. Let's see if we touch 120 again. We are technically still in that descending channel, so until we pop out, we're not getting too excited on pops yet. All right, so news in 5 seconds. Let's go. Let's see if we flush down to this area. That would be ideal. And then hopping along again. All right, news, nothing burger. Nothing burger on the news. Wow. All right, here comes the news. Nothing. Oh boy. See if we can get a touch of 120 the area, and I'll attempt another long down there. All right, let's see if the bounce is going to play here. I don't want to get caught at the top of that channel. Oh, not making it easy. All right, I'm going to attempt the leather long here. If it struggles to push above the 9, then I got to give up on the longs and probably give it more time. Just does not want to make it easy on the bounce. No bounce. A gradual sell-off here, man. Jesus Christ. Has not been able to position above that 9 EMA for at least 45 minutes now. Well, no, 35. All right, let's see if we can get above the 20. Otherwise, we're in the same descending channel. If we can pop, and I'll adjust it. We can pop out of this. But otherwise, it's just a channel that is trapping the bounce. Can't get out. Just can't get out of that channel. They played that channel pretty well today, trapping anybody trying to long this. If it doesn't pop here and it goes below 150, they played a beautiful trap on that channel. I got caught into it. Needs to pop out of that channel. At least for my long. If you guys are short, then you don't want it to come out of that channel. All right, testing the 20. If it pushes above the 20, then we got life. at the end of the tunnel. If it rejects here like it did up here, then we're still tied to this descending move. We saw this action right here and we failed. We're coming now to the 20 again. If we can pop out and stay out, then there's life to this trade. If we just hover like we did here, forget it, there's more downside. And I'm going to have to wait for a lower level if I want to play a bounce. Yep, it's doing the same thing it did right here. Tempting the break, and you hold and you hold and you hold, hoping, and then you get flushed out. But they're playing it nicely. I got to give them that. Tempting the break, and then you get flushed out. Watch. Wow. Oh man. They tempt and tempt the breakout or the bounce, and then they flush it. Getting tight. Getting really tight. Problem is they can't position above the moving averages right now, so bears are in control. They're trapping everybody playing the breaks of these moving averages, and they're doing a good job trapping. There's the flush. If it doesn't bounce here, I gotta clip it. If it continues below that wick, then game over on this bounce. Bulls just can't get above moving averages, the 9 or the 20 this morning, at least for now. No bounce. All right, they're attempting to get out of this, but they've been trapping on these pops. They come to the 20 SMA and then pull it right back down. So if they can't push above this 20, it's not going to look good for longs right now. Yeah, they come to the 20 and they pull it right back. They got to push above the 20 and hold. Otherwise, they're just trapping the top of that channel. That doesn't mean it won't break out eventually, but how much drawdown do I want to take before the breakout? First pop above. Can they hold it though? Usually it's one or two candles and then they fade. All right, let's see if that's the bounce we were looking for. See how far we can ride it. Still not convinced until we get above 200. If we get above 200 and hold, then we might have a bounce. Otherwise, it's trapping. No continuation today. Ugh, it's making it annoying. Well, if you're enjoying the stream, while we wait to see if NASDAQ traps me again, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I live stream every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And lately I've been doing the Asia session as well, 9:15 p.m. Okay, so they're trapping. They're hinting at these little pops and then flushing it right back down. They need to hold above the 9 and the 20 EMA and continue, which they have not been able to do yet. If this becomes a little look above and fail, all they're doing is trapping anybody trying to play a bounce and then flush it right back down. Is what it is. And again, struggling to position above the 9 and the 20. So all we're doing is getting little pops to trap and then some harsh flush to the downside to shake you out. Unbelievable. Pretty genius what they're doing right now. Yep, so the 9 and the 20 are failing again. Every time we've had a failure at the 20, we've had good 10, 15 points to the downside. So I'll have to figure out my out in terms of a stop. I would say if we flush below this area, 146, I got to call it. Tempting again to position above these moving averages. But we've seen these little fake outs to trap longs. I need to see a hold above 200 to believe in this bounce. Ugh. Come on, baby girl. Give me a bounce today, will you? I mean, it needs to get above 200 to validate potential true bounce. Otherwise, we're just kind of fooling around here and going up and down. It's just trapping longs, then flushes them out. This won't give us a clean play today. Choppy and nasty. It's been tempting that 180 to the upside for a while. Just can't pop above 180. Look at these little candles. God damn it. What are you doing today, NQ? What are you doing? Look at those little miniature candles. Oh. Annoyed. It needs to get above 200. Oh man, I need coffee. This is a repeat of the last 3 days. It hovers around a level and then it flushes it out. So I gotta be careful with that because we've done that all week. We come to these levels and we hover, tempting the longs, trapping them, and then the flush. And this is exactly what it's been doing for the last 3 days. It'll stay at a top. Let's say this top is what, 85? Hover there, trapping longs, and then the flush. Today it happens to be the low of that opening range breakout, which makes it even more interesting. Yeah, it just hovers there. It did that 2 days in a row. Let's see if it's going to do it 3 days in a row now. Where it hovers, attempts to break out of that level, and then boom. Can today be the day you don't do that? All right, it needs to, like I said, for me to believe in the bounce, it has to get above 200 and stay above 200. See, we get these little pushes out and then flush right back down. Bears definitely have pressure, selling pressure today. They're not letting the bulls come out. They're not letting the bulls get out. Nope. And then they flush them right back out for anybody who got tempted on that long. Huh. They're playing dirty. Dirty today. If they flush it here, that's dirty. They popped it to bring it right back down. And very dirty. We are starting to get in an ascending channel. If that channel holds, then there's light at the end of the tunnel. See this low of this channel, the top of the channel. So let's see if that channel plays out and there's a pop. Otherwise, bears are just, this is trappy behavior, just trapping longs, dragging them out, and then the brutal flush. We've seen that 2 days in a row already. Yeah, this is starting to look like the same dragged out behavior we had Monday and Tuesday around a level. It's got to pop, and it's got to pop quickly. Otherwise, bears are going to flush this, and they're going to flush it to shake longs out. It doesn't mean the bounce won't eventually happen. I'm just not going to take more. I'm not going to take a significant drawdown waiting for a bounce. Bulls can't show up today. Bears are not letting them out. All right, like I said, until we get over 200, I'm not convinced yet. If we can get above 200 and hold for a little bit, then there's life to this trade. Every move has to get tested. Every push has to have a little pullback. It's the most annoying price action today. But anyways, if you're enjoying me complain about NASDAQ today, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. Let's see if we can get a push above 200 and ride this out for a couple points. So far, the bears have been trapping lovely, getting longs excited, only to flush them out. We're in an ascending channel, but oof. Bears have been trapping all morning. They push you up to get you excited and then right back down. Look at that. If they flush it here, that's nasty. That's nasty behavior. Yeah, without a hold above 200, we're in trouble. Well, as longs, look at that. They got everybody excited up there just to flush them back down. So at this point, I'll have to watch this. If we flush below this area, I got to get out. Bears are in control and they're doing it dirty. Bulls have not been able to come out at all today. Every move by the bulls to push up has been a trap. Every single one. Bulls are trying. They just can't. They're a no-show today. So this was the fake of that 185 level that it was hovering. We saw the look above and fail just to flush them right back down. I gotta be honest on this one. If we come down to that 150 area, I gotta close and realize that the bears just made a beautiful trap at this level. Beautiful trap, and they've done it 2 days in a row. Today's day 3. They hover around a level to get you excited and then flush you right back down. All right, time to get out of this trade. We'll watch that level. If they flush below that, they just made a beautiful, beautiful trap that I got caught in. It's been their classic move today, this week. See if they test here and bounce. If they drop below this area, what is it, 148? I got to close the trade. If they just came down to test it and now going to provide the bounce, let's see. Definitely not adding with this much selling pressure. Much as I want to add to this, bears are in control. Ugh. See if the bulls can get continuation. They just can't get continuation today. It's one or two candles, and bears push it right back down. If they are going to push this down, next level is 120 for that pivot point. I'm obviously not going to take the drawdown all the way down there. But starting to get very aware that the bounce ain't happening here. They have been unable to get above the 9 and the 20 and stay above those levels. Every time they get pushed right back down. And at this point, if they can't push above the 9 and the 20 on this attempted bounce, then we got further downside, and I'll clip the trade. This is pretty much make or break for this bounce area. Otherwise, we're going to 120. The pivot point's so close at this point; they'll go down there. We just can't get above that 9 today. All right, here goes another attempted push above the 9 and the 20, but the 20 has been the wall of China this morning. Bulls need to show up, otherwise it's probably going to be at 120. That 9, they cannot push above the 9. Crazy. Nope. It's a lot of selling pressure. MP saying 120 is not it. They want 75. So That 080 level, right? 120 and 080 have been bounce areas. So you're right, that 75, the 080 has been the stronger bounce area this week. But it's certainly not looking like it wants to bounce here. So I'm going to set a stop right below this wick and watch 120. If we're going to go down to 080, it might have to be a lot more patient on this bounce. Just not happening here. And all they've been doing is trapping longs, looking for this breakout. Dragging them out just to flush them out later. Pretty impressive how they're doing it. MP, I believe Quantower does have Renko bars, but I don't use Renko bars. All right, we've seen this before. It's the little trap, getting the bulls excited on these pops to flush them right back down. Let's see if there's any continuation to any of these pops. Otherwise, 120 or 080 is the next stop to the downside. If they can position above the 20 SMA and move confidently up to 200 and stay above 200, then we have a bounce. If not, this is just trappy behavior, just trapping longs, dragging them out to eventually flush them out. If they want the pivot point at 120, it's pretty damn close. If they want to flush below 120, then 080 has been a bounce area. Probably attempt something down there with size. Otherwise, call it a day. Yeah, they're doing an impressive job with the buyers. Bulls have not been able to pop out. And every pop is to trap longs to flush them right back down. So it's been impressive how they've been playing this. I got to give it to them. I got trapped, dragged out, but I'm also not going to extend my stop below this area, the 145. All these moves, all these pushes to the upside have been traps to flush right back down. If they flush all the way down here, I got to applaud the bears. That's a genius trapped what they're doing. All they're doing is extending the pain. Look at that. Every push up, we saw this push up, brutal. This push up, brutal. This push-up, down. This push-up was brutal. Let's see how long they're going to do that in this level. Again, the pivot point's at 120. We're pretty damn close, so they can flush this all the way down to 120. I won't take it all the way down to 120. I'll close around 145 if they flush it, which is looking like they do want to. 120, I got to be careful. There is a level below that, 080, that is a stronger bounce area, or has been a stronger bounce area. If they're just going to continue to flush this to the downside, then probably not a good idea to even attempt to long anymore today. If they flush it right here, which is what they've done on every pop, genius. Very genius. Trapping bulls ugly. And I'm not even going to give myself the chance to move the stop. I got to be aware of what they're doing. They've been doing it all morning. The stop is set at 146. They're doing a nasty trap over and over again. I'll have to wait for 120 or 080 for a second or a next attempt at it along. If they can't pop out of here, I'm giving up on this level. They've been this is trappy behavior. The Bears have control. Until the bulls pop out, no bulls. No bullish momentum yet. All right, here come the bulls trying to pop out. They've been unable to pop out of these levels. Every attempt to get out, they're flushed right back down. Question is, will they eventually pop out? And is this the level that they'll pop out, right? They've been playing that 185. 185 needs to hold. They need to push above 185 and hold and continue to 200. They have not been able to do that. But here comes the flush. That's what they've been doing. They pop it, the trap, and then flush you down. MP, I'm in Arizona, so my times are 3 hours behind New York. So if you're looking at my times, yes, 3 hours behind. I'm in Arizona. So I think at this point, the pop needs to happen, or we'll see me getting stopped out with a brutal flush like they've done all morning. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I got to give it to them. And they hover there. They get you excited. It's the breakout. They trap more longs that are building positions here and then flush out the whole level. All right, let's see if the bulls can come out. 185. Otherwise, all we're doing is playing around the bottom of that 15-minute opening range and just trapping anybody hoping to get back into the range for the upside. So let's see if this trap plays out again. It's the same trap we've seen all morning, right? Hover around a level, flush. 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 How many times can they do that before the bulls say, we popping out? We're popping out with force. But now we're hovering around the same 185. Are we going to get the nice same flush we've got all morning? Chart patterns tend to repeat themselves, so that's why I'm protecting myself. I'm not even having a manual stop on this. It's a hard stop at 146. That hovering, man, that hovering is brutal. It just traps you on that long. Look at that. Just hovering around 185. Tempting you, and then flushed right back down. You got to stay above 185. We've been tempted at 185. We even had a look above and fail at 185 right here to get flushed down. They got to hold 185 and make it confidently above 200. Otherwise, it's just another bear trap. And impressive how they're doing 185 dirty. And there comes the flush. Bastards. Ooh, that was a nice bounce off of the 9. Is this finally the bulls popping out? Is it the double bottom? Is it the test and the final bounce? I don't know. I'll believe it above 200. Anything below 200, not believing it. Because you have a pivot point so close at 1 at 20. $200 is the make or break for this move for the bounce. If they can push above 200 and hold with a 5-minute candle close, then they may be life. We're approaching the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. If we reject here, game over for the bulls at this level. We need to push above this level, above 200, pretty quickly. Bulls have not been able to do that all morning. Doesn't mean they can't or won't. The question is, are they going to do it at this level? All right, if you guys are enjoying the stream, watching me complain about NQ's movements today, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. There goes that rejection at the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. They need to push through it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. More importantly, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I trade nasty NASDAQ every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And now the late Asia session, 9:15 p.m. Eastern as well. God damn it. Trap after trap. They get the bulls excited and then flush them right out. So they need to push above 200. Otherwise, this bounce is not happening at this level. They may need to go all the way down to 120, possibly 0.80. I'll get stopped out, but we'll reattempt down there. Can't. There are no bulls today. Bulls are on vacation. Bulls are in the Hamptons right now. Lemonhead got a piece of that. 170 to 190. Nice little scalp there. All right, here we go. This is where it's make or break. They need to push above 200 and start punishing some bears. If they can't pop above 200 and close above 200 on 5-minute, I'm not believing the bounce yet. All right, here's the pop. For attempted pop. VWAP is at 211. 200 SMA is at 221. So maybe... Again, I'll believe it when we pop above 200 and stay. but possibly a test of the 200 SMA and pivot point up there at 225 would be a potential target if we get above 200. If this is just range bound behavior, then, you know, we're just getting excited for no reason. If this is the range, right? Something like that, and we come right back down, we'll see. We shall see. All right, looks like it's attempting to position above 200. Again, that's the rejection zone. They have to close above 200 on a 5-minute and hold it. Otherwise, we're range bound. Versus a breakout. This point, we got to look at VWAP. If they really want to push it above 200, VWAP would be the next stop at 210-ish. 200 SMA is at 220. Could be a stretch based on how lazy these bulls have been acting this morning. Otherwise, it's just range bound and we flush right back down to where we were an hour ago. All right, 210 is next stop at VWAP. Let's see if we get a continuation on VWAP to touch the 200 SMA. So I'm going to start thinking about profit, take profit now. We got between the 210 and the 20, so let's settle for 215 on this initial move up. If I see a pop, who knows, maybe we'll just ride it. Like I said, they need to close above 200 and hold. Otherwise, it's just a range-bound day, and this is a look above and fail above the range, above this level. We're between 165 and 200, and doesn't matter if you think it's a pop or not, it's just range-bound. We haven't had breakouts for the last 2 days, right? We've been playing range, hovering back and forth, up and down. So no, I got to be aware of that. And VWAP has usually been the stop on most of these moves to the upside. So 210 could be the safe out of this. If we want to touch 200 SMA, that's at 220, which I'm pushing it. So let's do this. Let's settle for the middle. Just waiting to see if this pops or not before I set a TP. It's like range bound. If we flush right back in, then there is no breakout out of that range. We are in that ascending channel as well. If you look at this channel right here, boom and boom, we got to stay in that channel to the upside. Unable to hold above 200. If it's unable to hold above 200, it's range bound, and we'll switch. I'll have to close somewhere in the, I mean, not going to take it all the way down. I'll close in the middle and wait for the bottom of that range again and hop on along, but that would be a range bound trade versus a breakout. Okay, here we go. So we're going for VWAP. Now I got to be careful with getting greedy. Can we get a pop? Okay, there's that pop. And now watch the pullback. If we pull back below, then this thing is over. Just touch VWAP. If we can't push above VWAP, then it's not a breakout. We're range bound, and this is just a look above and fail out of that range. Okay, there it goes. Needs to continue. We get another candle. Can we get another? Can't get 2 candles in a row, can you? All right, there's the 200 SMA touch. I'm going to set a TP right around 220. If I see it fail here, then I'll close it a little earlier. 225 is the pivot point, but it needs, VWAP needs, whoa, a little rejection at VWAP. That's not good. See if we can get continuation on this. Otherwise, it's a look above and fail, and it's going to go back into the range. All right, now we're watching for this bounce of the 9. If it flushes below the 9, then yes, we're talking about VWAP rejection, and we're coming back into range, and it's a look above and fail, not a breakout out of that range. But we'll see. Right back into the range. So I'm going to have to close. If we flush below the 20, this is over. It's a look above and fail, and it's range bound trading today. Not a breakout. And Q, not making it easy. Nasty, nasty. And let's see how far we go here. Bull's taking a little flush on that VWAP touch. They can't get above the range again, then this play is over. Oh man, you're not making it easy today. They are not making it easy. And flushed right back down. God damn. Can't win. Frustrating. Can't win today. Great balls of fire. Range-bound trading got me. Yeah, I mean, it's vicious, Peter. Hey, Peter, good morning, by the way. Vicious, but we knew 2 days in a row that that initial move to VWAP took a rejection. Eventually, I think Monday, they were able to push afterwards. But that now the question is, should I have taken profit at VWAP knowing potential rejection there? Probably got a little greedy. But let's see. It ain't over till it's over. Although that was a brutal rejection. That was nasty. Nasty what they just did. But totally predictable when you have a VWAP and the 200 SMA there. Probably should have taken profit a little earlier. We'll see if I get punished with a full rejection here. Or if it's just a pullback to build a higher low for continuation to the upside. Well, do me a favor, guys. Help me out with the YouTube algo. If you're enjoying the stream, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I live stream every day. Win, lose, or draw, you'll see my trades live, whether they're good, whether they're bad, tilt days, green days, good decisions, bad decisions. It's all done here live. Today, we've been battling, man. It has not been easy today. Nasty, nasty price action. See if these bulls can hold above 200. Otherwise, we're just looking at a look above and fail. And if we flush again, I'll probably have to just close and call it a day. Still walking out in the green, but I was hoping for a little bit more. Frustrating price action. Just not making it easy as usual. All right, they're going after 200 one more time. VWAP 210, pivot point 230. I'll settle for 220. Let me move this down a little bit. Otherwise, it's a look above and fail, and I'll close the trade if we flush. And at this point, call it a day. I mean, I still have some nice green, but frustrating open. Very minimal continuation. Yeah, today was definitely scalp. I agree with you guys. But usually when I have some losing trades trying to scalp, then I'll get off of scalping and try to play a longer move. So far I've been able to recover that way. But definitely a scalp day, no question. Bulls are a no-show. No-show bulls today. Range bound. Unfreaking believable. That other JC, yeah. Like I said, I'm still nicely in the green. Wanted some more, but sometimes you got to take what you get. And there goes the flush. God damn, bulls cannot show up. And here we go, that 9 EMA providing resistance again. Oh man, I'll have nightmares with the 9 EMA. I swear to God, that 9 EMA is driving me crazy lately. 9 EMA, running that all the way down again. Bastards. They can't position above the 9. Unbelievable. Nope. Oh boy. At 9, just wall of China again. Ay, 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 ay. See if we can get 200 break. Otherwise, they're doing what they've been doing all morning, which is hover around a level and then flush back down. I'm definitely not adding with this price action as much as I want to add on a winning trade. Not with this price action. Tempting 200 again, but we've seen this over and over. Oh, what time is it? Oh man, 8:20. 8:20 here in Arizona. All right, here they go again for 200 to hold, but they got to hold, they got to push. Can you put me out of my misery and hit my TP so I can go have some breakfast and go back to bed? All right, guys, do me a favor. If you're enjoying the stream, my name is JC. I live stream from Arizona every morning, 3 hours behind New York Eastern. That's why you see my times are 3 hours behind. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. Help me out with the YouTube algo. It does help. And I'll be back tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And I'm doing the evening, the late Asia session at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully you've been having some fun watching me get frustrated with NQ today. It's been some brutal price action. Frustrating price action. But that's what NQ does. Some days you just shouldn't trade. Today was one of them. All right, we're hitting VWAP one more time. If we can pop above it, you got the pivot point at 230. I'm not even gonna think about 230 at this point. That'll take probably another 3 hours if we even get above the VWAP. Nikki. Yeah, we played some Nikki yesterday. The Nikkei with the Japanese news last night. We had some good time. Walked out with some nice profits. Carried into this morning, but let's see if we can get this play and call it a day. I'm settling for price action between VWAP and pivot point. Pivot point's at 230, VWAP's at 210. Can you give me 220 and put me out of my misery? Struggling again at VWAP. $200 SMA now. Pivot point's at 230. I'm settling between 200 SMA and VWAP and pivot point, which is pretty aggressive. I'll be honest. I should be taking profit here, but let's see what happens. And again, rejected at VWAP. That would be the second look above and fail above 200. They just can't do it today. They can't. At least not yet. Bulls are a no-show. That's it for their party today. Unbelievable. Can't do it today. And right back down. They can't. Bulls are not able to hold above 200. Bulls cannot show up today. Now we are in that ascending channel, so we're touching the lows of that ascending channel. If the channel holds, we can be here for another 2 hours. If the channel doesn't hold, then we know what happens then. We've seen it all morning. Brutal flush. Now they're doing the same thing with the 200 level. Topping it, topping it, topping it. And we know what's happened with topping behavior. The flush. All right, here they go. They're trying to push above VWAP again. Can they do something with continuation today? Unbelievable. And nothing. And nothing. Push right back down. I don't know, man. These bulls are like the weakest thing going on today. Making it hard. Making it hard. Shaking you out. They are going to make the move. You've had to have held through all this. I don't intend on waiting anymore. At this point, I'll give up at 220 if we get there. If they're going to come up and test the pivot point, then there's a good chance that I'll get hit on TP. If they're going to not be able, if they're not going to be able to push above VWAP, which is right around where they're at right now, 210, then we'll just see failure here. But crazy. Crazy how much pushing, testing, pushing back and test, push. A lot of push and give today. All right, we're at the 200 VWAP. We're not necessarily rejecting just yet. If it wants the pivot point at 230 for a final flush to the downside and reset, then I may get lucky and get hit at 220. But they got to pop this area right here. This is strong. This is strong resistance here. You got 200 SMA. You got VWAP. If they're going to pop here, they need to do it pretty quickly. Otherwise, we'll take a pullback, and at that point, I'll close the trade and walk out with some green on this trade. Walk out with some very nice green for the day. But let's see if we can get 220. Here we go. Now they're going for that pivot point 230. And they pop and continue like we know NQ to play. No, God damn it. You can't do anything today. It's frustrating behavior. Every move up has to be tested 10 points to the down. Move 4 points up, test 10 points down. On. They move 2 points up, and they got to test 10 points down. Come back and test the moving averages. No continuation. Absolutely no candle continuation. I mean, over time, if you're watching this for 2 hours, there's been continuation, but brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. All right, VWAP is the new wall of China right now. Along with that 200 SMA, they're going back and forth. If they pop it, then they'll go to 230 and test that pivot point. If it rejects again, then that's all, folks. Bulls cannot hold 200 today. Unbelievable. Just not making it easy today. Every move up has to be tested. They got to base, they got to build, push up, push down. Today was the day not to trade. The channel is holding. If you see that ascending channel on the chart, I'm watching the bottom of that channel. Any flush below, I'll clip the trade and walk out with a little bit of green and 3 hours of mental capital for no reason. So this is what's holding the trade alive. Looking for the top of that channel for the pop and call it a day. If we get the channel failure, then I'll clip and I'll still walk out with green. But this is as slow as it gets in terms of price action. Messing with my mental capital here. Ay, 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 ay. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like. Smash that subscribe. Beyond frustrated today. Testing every little bit of patience I have today. Struggling to get above the 200 and VWAP. Not taking a harsh rejection yet. Doesn't mean it's not coming. They're either going to pop it here or flush it. So, danger zone. Bulls have worked to conquer 200, so they're not willing to give it up that easily. Bears are trying to flush it at this point. Nine points away. Can we get it? Can we get it? Put me out of my misery. Nope. Oh. Pivot point's at 230, which is that this level up here. I'm not being greedy and even playing that level. I'm playing the in between the VWAP at 210 and that pivot point at 230. So settling for 220 if we can get it. If I see a harsh pullback, in other words a rejection, then I'll clip it. Still walk out on the green, not the green that I wanted, but you can't always win. Ooh, there's the rejection. If we get out of that channel, I got a clip. That's not good. 215, unable to push above 215. Bulls need to hold 200. They've worked so hard to get up to 200. Can they continue the push? Otherwise, bears take over. Bears are starting to take over. If they flush below 200, it's trouble for this trade. Trouble. Every point up is being tested at least 10 points to the downside. Crazy. We gain a push up to 215, we flush back down to 200. I'm not even interested in this move anymore. All right, we're starting to break down. VWAP was the Achilles heel for this move. And if we flush below, if we can't hold 200, I gotta close it. It's too much time spent on this trade. Not worth the time. Not worth the time. All right, little bounce at 200. Bulls defending 200 right now, at least for now. Can they get back into their channel and continue to move up? Or are the bears going to call it here? And the wall of China becomes 215 with no push above 215. It's a lot of mental capital for 5 points, I'll tell you that much. Now, the funny thing is, if they do break out, that move can continue pretty quickly. In other words, that's when the move happens and it just ramps up pretty quickly. You spend all this time burning mental capital just to get to the breakout zone. Then the breakout zone is just smooth sailing to the upside, but not interested. I'll take the win here and walk out. 215 though, not able to push above 215, not yet. Every move, push up, gets tested to the downside. Push up, gets tested. There's no continuation. Frustrating price action. We're starting to see topping here at 215. I don't know if we're going to be able to push above. I think the bears want price to be below 200 for the rest of the day. So if bulls can't push here, I think it's over for 200. Yeah, we're starting to top here. 215 looks like the top for this. That could be the high a day, and then potentially start moving this down. Another attempt to push above 215. Nope. 215 is the deciding factor here. This wick right here could have been the high of day. And from here, the bears start their move to the downside. Now, if we push above 215, I could get lucky on a wick and get my take profit hit, but they got to wick me at least. Come on, a quick little pop. It all depends if they can get to the pivot point. If they're targeting pivot point at 230, then good chance I'll get TP. They can pop it above 215, we're good. They need to pop it though. Setting up for the pop. The pop or the rejection. The pop or the rejection. No pop. No pop. $215 Wall of China, man. Crazy. Crazy. Another breakdown. And could this be the final breakdown to the downside? And then I'm not taking it all the way down. I'll close around 195, 196. All right, we tried. Didn't get it. We tried. But 215 is all the bears are allowing today. With the current high of day set at 218. Looks like it's going to stand like that for now. Again, we move 1 point up, and then we have to test 10 points down. That's how slow they're pushing this up. So the next, if we do push up here, we're going to hit 215.25, and then take another 10 points down to test. Crazy, 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 crazy mental capital here being burned for no reason. For no reason. Come on, NASDAQ, give me the pop. Give me the pop and hit my TP so I can get out of here. Uh-uh, 215, Wall of China, not able. All right, here we go. Can we get the pop? I'm going to be careful with the rejection and move my stop all the way up to 196. Right there. So it's either take profit, we get hit, or we take a brutal rejection there. And oh no, the pop, I missed it by a tick. That's not good. Missed TP by a tick. That's happened before. I'm notorious to missing TP by a tick. Because I just missed TP by a tick, I'm moving my stop all the way up here. That could be the rejection tick. I'm not going to lose more on this trade. Starting to move. It'll either pop or flush. Moving stop closer. This is danger zone. Only a matter of time before a flush. Unbelievable. TP gets, my stop gets aggressive, avoiding the flush. Rejection here. All right, guys. I can breathe. How much? Oh, I didn't hit 4,000. I wanted 4,000 for the day, but all right, we're 4 grand in the red. I'm the green. I'm sorry. We got the breakout. Like I said, from here on, it's easy. It may even just continue. That was the breakout area, but I think I spent a lot of mental capital on that. Good trade. How much did we get on that trade? 850 bucks. So we're closing the day at right below 4,000, 39.80. Took a lot of mental capital spent on that, but I think from here on, the contraction is done. You'll see quicker moves to the upside, but I've spent a lot of time on that trade. Appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. So we had a good day, needed a good day, and time to walk out. Like I said, that is the breakout area. So from here, you'll see some quicker movements, unless we get rejected at that 230 area. Was a little stubborn on this one, stuck to the plan. That's the level right here that we're hitting. 230. Let's see what happens there. But the trade overall was a level-to-level trade, right? I'm showing now my levels where you see support, resistance. Even if you played scalping those levels, you could have made some good money there as well. All right, guys, have a good one. That is it for today. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Peter, I'm going to give you a buzz, if you don't mind, in a few. Let me just turn this off, and I'll give you a buzz. Go straight to funded. I'll see you tonight, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. It was a dragged out trade for sure. Took the last little bit of mental capital that I had left today, but we got it. We got some green. I will see you tomorrow. For those of you that trade Asia, I'll see you tonight, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. And today we close at 3,980 for the day. So finally a good day. Talk to you all later, and have a good rest of the day.